Shalom, shalom. Israel's brother Zaba. Y'all are coming back at you with another cold cut. I'd like to give our honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Malak Yahushai. Right, this is going to be another cold cut, a pre-camp cold cut for those that's going through it, for those that's getting affliction, persecuted from the Most High. Understand that the Most High gives good and the Most High gives evil. You have to embrace the furnace, man. You have to embrace the furnace. You're not going to escape from it. Stop asking the Lord to escape from your afflictions, man. You got to go through it. This is what it is. This is, if you want to be perfect, you have to be made perfect through the furnace. All of our forefathers went through these things. All our forefathers and our foremothers, hey, guess what? They had to die to get this kingdom. You're going through small affliction. You're not going through the affliction that our forefathers went through. We have to embrace this and say, you know what, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I love this. I need more of this. I need more chastisement. Because newsflash, you supposed to be burnt with fire. You're supposed to be put to death a long time ago for your iniquities, man. But we're standing here. We're here. We get to serve the Most High on the Sabbath day. You have fingers. You have toes. You can breathe. You can talk. You know, you may not have the best things. You may have certain things that you're going through in this life. But guess what? You get to serve the Most High. You have this. Let me go to Sirach 17. The Lord imparted you senses to be able to serve Him. This is Sirach chapter 17. And I'm going to start at verse 5. And it says, they received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord. In the 6th place, He imparted them understanding. And in the 7th, speech and interpreter of the cogitations thereof. So most normal human beings got 5 senses. But the Israelites, those that know the name of the Most High, we have 7 senses. Right? We got the regular 5 senses. You got touch, hearing, smell, taste. Right? You got all of that. But hey, guess what? You got speech to be able to interpret what? To interpret the cogitation, your thoughts for the Lord, man. You get to do all these different things for the Most High, right? And you have understanding to understand the words of the Most High. I mean, we're blessed because we have that. Not because you have a car, right? Not because you have a big fancy house, right? Not because you have any of those different things, man. You get to take vacations year round. You have $1 million in your bank account, man. That doesn't matter. You get to serve the Most High. You get to understand the things that He says, His commands. And guess what? You get to praise the Most High with your lips. What better lot is to have than that? We in this truth. You got to embrace the furnace. We go to the book of James. Right? James chapter 5. It's James chapter 5 and 7. Be ye patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until you receive the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. We see all these prophecies come to pass. We have no time to be getting caught up in our own troubles, man. You get caught up in your own afflictions. Woe is me. You got your head down. You crying. You're seeking a damn bottle. You want people to feel sorry for you? Hey, nobody gonna feel sorry for you, man. Get up, get to work for the Lord. If you got problems, hey, pray to the Most High. Do your best to try to help those problems, but get back to the work of God, man. Right? The Lord says, establish your mind, establish your hearts, man. You got to have a certain type of mindset to be in this truth. The Lord don't allow, and this is speaking to the men out there, but the Lord don't want no little girls in this truth, man. Right? The Lord don't want a little girl mind. You a man of the Lord, but you got a little girl mind. So you complain about everything. You complain about the afflictions the Lord gives you. You complain about the smallest of chastisements. You're not really going through nothing, man. The Lord says, establish your hearts. Right? For the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. We see the U.S. just bomb Yemen today, man. We give it up for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The dollar is still crashing, man. We see these prophecies happening. We need to understand we don't have too much longer in this place, man. So don't get caught up in these small trials the Lord is giving. And it says, verse 9. I'm gonna jump down to verse 11. Behold, I'm gonna read verse 9. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest you be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. There are men in the scriptures. There are women in the scriptures that we have to use as an example for suffering and affliction and having patience in their affliction. And there's another thing too. When you get in affliction, stop murmuring. Stop complaining before the Lord. I'm going to say it again. You deserve to be burnt with fire, man. You didn't get that. You deserve to be eaten alive by the damn dogs and the beasts of the earth, man. You didn't get that, man. You deserve to be destroyed by the sword. You and your household, man. You didn't get that. So stop murmuring before the Lord, but like He's giving you more than you deserve, man. He's giving you less than what you deserve. That's Job chapter 11, verse 6. So we have to go in this Bible that we believe in, right? And then go into our forefathers and our foremothers, see how they handled affliction, see how they handled persecution, and see how hard they went for the Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's why their names are written forever. That's why they got the kingdom of the Most High. When the Lord comes back to judge the inhabitants of the earth, they're going to be raised up to life everlasting, man. Can the Lord say that about you? Can the Lord say, you know what, I'm going to give this brother affliction and I know he's going to be able to handle it without any murmuring, without any complaining? He's just gonna get through it because that's my servant and I know him. We have to go into the scriptures and look at what our forefathers done. Right? This is verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. What you making up your face for? The Lord said we count them happy which endure. You have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord, and the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. The Lord is very pitiful. He has compassion on those that love him, man. He's not going to forsake you for long. The Lord never forsakes his servants. Let's actually get that in Psalms 37. Let's get a witness to that. The Lord doesn't forsake his servants, man. This Psalms chapter 37. And I'm going to start at verse number 25. I have been young and now am old. So David said, I was 5 years old. I was 95 years old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. I mean, give me an account where a righteous man was left out there to die by the Most High God. A famine happened, and the Lord said, I know you was righteous, but you just got to die of this famine. The Lord never did that. He always takes care of his servants. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from, even if you got children, the Lord said your seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good and dwell forevermore. And there you have it. There's another witness showing that what? The Most High got you. Stop being scared of the afflictions and the trials, and you biting your nails. You don't read for 3 days. You don't drop any videos. You don't exhort any brothers. You're an example to other brothers going through affliction. You're an example of things, of things that's happening. Shalom, kings. I'm going over embracing, the furnace. If brothers got precepts, brothers can hop in there. But brothers just got to stop murmuring. Sisters got to stop crying. You said you want to serve the Lord. Then here it is. This is you serving the Lord. If you got precepts, you can bring it out too. Going over embracing, the furnace, man. Because a lot of people say they want to serve the Most High until it's time to serve the Most High. Go to Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. All right? This is the lot that you chose. All right? This is Sirach 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And guess what? You counted the cost. You said, sign me up. We the Israelites. I get the kingdom of heaven. Right? If I keep the commandments, that's it. Right? I get to have servants. I'm the best people on the face of the world. Yeah, sign me up. But you didn't understand that you had to get affliction. You didn't understand you had to work for it as hard as you have to, man. That's the decision you made. Now that you in this truth, ain't no running. Ain't no just leaving and going back into the world like you're not going to get affliction. The Lord going to judge you 10 times harder. So you might as well embrace this thing. You go to the book of Job chapter 9. It is what it is. Understand what you signed up for, man. And we love this thing, man. We love the furnace, right? Understanding that we deserve more. This Job chapter 9 and verse 21. Though I were perfect, yet I would not know my soul. I would despise my life. Job was actually counted a perfect man. But Job didn't know he was counted perfect. The Most High had to call him perfect. The Lord told us that he was perfect. But Job, when he was going through this affliction, he said, I wouldn't even have known if I was perfect because I would hate my life so much like I do now. Hey, guess what? The perfect hate their life. Give me the last time in the scriptures a man was deemed perfect and he loved his life so much. He loved the empire that he was enslaved under. He said, you know what? I love this life. I love being here. I love being a stranger on the earth, not knowing where I'm going to sleep next. I love it so much. And the Lord called that man perfect. Oh, that's Satan. we must be saying something right, man. But at the end of the day, hey, we hate our lives out here, man. We hate this system. We love when this economy crashes. We love these things. We get one more, verse 22. This is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroys the perfect and the wicked. Yeah, the perfect and the wicked get the same trials and tribulations. You can't leave this truth and not get any trials and tribulations. It's the difference between the perfect and the wicked is how the perfect responds to the trials and tribulations. And guess what? We decide to embrace the furnace.
Shalom. Right, brother Sazama. Right, I'm going to bring out a couple precepts to add it to what the brother is saying. Right, it's the book of Isaiah chapter 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. And everybody that's in this truth, the Lord has chosen you in the furnace of affliction. Meaning you can't escape the furnace. You can't run away from it. You can't say, Lord, this is too much for me to bear. The Most High chose you specifically to go through the furnace. The people in the world, they not going through the furnace, man. It's people in the world, they enjoying their lives. All right, they getting money. They living in their best life. They living it up like it's no tomorrow. But the Lord has chosen a select few to go through the furnace of affliction. By this time, if you've been months, years, decades in this truth, like the brother said, you should love the furnace, man. Hey, brothers ask for prayers. I'm putting, pray that I get more affliction. All right? You don't want to be praying for jolly things all the time. So it says, I have chosen thee in a furnace of affliction. For my own sake, even for my own sake, will I do it. How should my name be polluted? And I would not give my glory unto another. So if you're in the furnace, hey, guess what? The Lord chose you. And you got to abide the furnace. Daniel, he was in the furnace. Azarias, Mishael, Abednego, they was all in the furnace. Joseph was in the furnace. All right? Moses was in the furnace. The Apostle Paul. So at this point, you got to love the furnace. What does the furnace do for you? It refines you. It makes you perfect. It get all of those pollutions off of you. Because now you have to make a choice. Am I going to serve the Lord at a low estate? Or I'm going to bend my ways to get love from the world? That's why a lot of people can't endure the affliction, man. They want to bend their ways to make their ways fit in the truth. You can't do that, man. You can't make your ways fit with the Most High ways. They don't add up. You got to choose one or the other. Right, let me get Ezekiel chapter 22. Right, let me get the book of Ezekiel chapter 22. Right, it's Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse number 14, the classic. It says, can thy heart endure, or can thy hands be strong in the days that I shall deal with thee? I, the Lord, have spoken it and will do it. So the Lord is saying, can your heart endure like Job did? When you read James 5 and 11, the Lord said, hey, take all the prophets for example. Men that endured the tough times, the affliction, the nights of tears. And you're going to be crying in the truth, man. You're going to be praying, fasting, sweating, all right, ready to give up. But the Lord said, can thy heart endure? All right, your household is going to be out of order. All hell is going to break loose. But the Lord is going to visit everybody at a set point in time. Nobody is not going to get unvisited by the Lord. The Lord is saying, can thy heart endure? Can you be strong when I get up with you one day? And that one day, that could be any given time. That could be any given moment. Let me get this real quick precept, and I'm going to pass it. Right in the book of Job, chapter 7. Right, I mean, it's a lot of precepts, but hey, the Lord said, I would try him every moment. Right, it's the book of Job, chapter 7 and 17. What is man that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thy heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment? That's how it's going to be in this. You're going to be tried every moment. When you look around, after you get done from camp, as soon as you come out the workplace, and you might go into the workplace, you're getting tried. Soon before you go to bed. So the Lord is going to try you, afflict you every single moment. You got to be strong enough and bold enough to endure that. Brothers got it.
Right, all praise to the Most High. This brother Aharon. Right, I'm gonna get this in the book of 2 Corinthians. Right, chapter 12 and verse. Right, 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse number 9. And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. And that's when your strength is actually made perfect, is in your weakness. Brothers are going to be going through hard times in the truth. Literally, you're going to lose everything, just like Job. You're going to lose your house. Your wife is going to come up against you. The people closest to you are going to come up against you. Your own flesh is going to come up against you. Your hand is going to come up against you. Your eye is going to come up against you. You got to pluck those things off. It says, my strength is made perfect in weakness, right? Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me, right? And a lot of people right now, they're glorying in things that are of this world. They're not really glorying in the infirmities of Yahushua. They're not glorying in bearing the burdens of Yahushua. They're not doing these things, right? I'm going to read that last part again. It says that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecution. And you got to take pleasure in going through that furnace, knowing that the Lord is actually making you perfect. He's actually trying you. The fact that you're even getting tried, you should feel blessed already. A lot of people don't get this opportunity to fight for the kingdom of heaven. Some men, they're already blinded. Some men, they're not even going to get into this truth. They're not even going to have a chance, right? So we have to glory and we have to take pleasure in these infirmities. It says in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Hamashiach's sake, right? This isn't for you. This isn't for you to be selfish and trying to get your own selfish gain out of this. We're doing this for Hamashiach's sake. It says, for when I am weak, then am I strong. I'm going to get this in the book of Proverbs. Right? Proverbs chapter 24. Right? I'm going to get Proverbs chapter 24 and let's start at verse number 5. It says, a wise man is strong, yet a man of knowledge increases strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, right? And in a multitude of counselors there is safety. And that's why brothers should be seeking out counsel. If you're going through affliction, don't just be going through affliction in the dark by yourself and you're just trying to figure it out your own way, right? There's literally security in getting counsel and getting advice, right? A brother can give you those 2 precepts that you needed to hear to overcome that spirit, for you to meditate on and literally be able to cut off your flesh. It says, wisdom is too high for a fool, right? I'm going to jump down to verse number 10, right? Verse number 10, it says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small, right? So if you faint in that day, it's because your strength was small. Right. You probably wasn't praying. You probably weren't fasting. You probably weren't doing the things that actually get you to build up that strength. And think about it, even on a carnal level, when you're building muscle or when you're building endurance and stamina, it's going to be great pain for you to even be able to get that stamina, to get that strength, right? So it says, I'll read that again. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. I'm going to get one more real quick. All right, Luke, right, chapter 18 and verse 1. Right, it says, and he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men are always to pray and not to faint, right? And that's one way you're going to be able to keep yourself from praying. In the day of trouble, you shouldn't be looking to your bug out bag. You shouldn't be, going through all your drawers at home. You should be getting on your knees and praying to the Lord, right? Crying out unto the Lord, because we see all these wars happening. I mean, they're shooting up the Iron Dome right now. They're shooting up Israel. They're shooting up all these different nations, and they got all these tanks and these high, this technology and these weapons, but even that's not saving them. You still have these high rulers in certain seats. They're dying. They're dying on a daily basis right now. Every day somebody's dying on the earth, right? So, let's go.
Shalom, this is Brother Shema. Hey, what brother's bringing up, man, you gotta endure the furnace, man. I mean, any other way can you be a man, a perfect man for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? How can you even be worthy of the promises to come? I mean, you gotta get proven in this thing, because don't think that you already the elect. You don't know who we are. You don't know who we are through the Spirit. You don't know who you are through the Spirit. You don't know what you need to change. So through the furnace, the mercy and grace that the Lord put you through the furnace, hey, examine yourself and make you better, man. Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 2. It says, and thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee to know what is in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. So our forefathers was in the wilderness 40 years, man. They was in the wilderness 40 years, and the Lord did that to prove and see if they would keep his commandments. And the Lord got to prove you, man. Don't think like you got it all together, because you don't. Yeah, we know our forefathers was perfect. Yeah, the Lord may see you perfect, but you don't want to walk like that. You want to walk with your head down and examine yourself and really prove yourself. Because if you got some area that's good, hey, it's some area that you can do better in, right? So I'm going to read that again. It says Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 2. It says, to prove thee to know what is in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no, right? So, hey, the Lord got to see if you're going to be able to keep his commandments or not, right? Shalaki, right? Hey, the Lord got to see if you're going to keep these commandments or not, right? You're going through the furnace. Hey, like brother was saying, like Job, his house got taken away. His rib turned on him, right? Your friends may turn on you. Now they plaguing your mind, your flesh getting weak, right? Hey, that's all the Lord, man, to prove and see if you're going to keep these commandments. Prove if you're going to call upon his name. Are you going to lean on the Lord and not your own counsel, man? Not on the ways of this world, right? Let me get Sirach chapter 4. Because, we got, it's a blessing to get this wisdom and knowledge and understanding from the Most High God. And in order to keep it, the Lord want to see if you're going to keep it or not. Are you really worthy of this truth? Don't think you're worthy of this truth, man, because you're really not. And we're filthy, man. We drink iniquity like water. So the Lord has to prove you, right? It's the book of Sirach chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Hey, wisdom gonna try you, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua through wisdom would try you, man. See if you really gonna, see if you gonna really keep his ways, man. Seeing if you really gonna abstain from all the things they used to do and walk in the ways. Are you gonna go back to the old man? Or are you really gonna prove yourself and change yourself in a way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man? Right? What you got, man?
Come. And remember, yes, it's hard. And it's going to be hard. You signed up for this. But it's not as hard as what our forefathers went through, man. Ezekiel had his wife die. Ezekiel 24, and the Lord told him, don't even cry. Get up the next morning, man. Elijah said he's not better than his fathers. Elijah, this man didn't die. He was translated. And that was Elijah. We definitely not better than Elijah, man. So remember this going into the Shabbat day, how you get to even keep the Sabbath, man. Freely. You get to be around sisters. You get to be around brothers. You get to watch the videos. Yeah, you may be going through your affliction. Yeah, you may be going through your persecution. Let me end on this. Go to 2 Corinthians. We are soldiers of Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shah. And that's not a light thing. Think about what the Navy has to go through for the poor American Army. Think about what the damn Marines have to go through just for a failing country. But we part of the best country on earth, man. Right? We got the best government on earth. How much more do you have to go through for Yahweh Shem Yahushua and being a Hebrew Israelite? The sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, and verse number 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment. It's only for a moment. 3 years is a moment. 10 years is a moment. Tobit was blind for 8 years. Tobit was blind for a moment. Working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, which is the kingdom of heaven. 3 years is nothing compared to an eternity. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are seen are eternal. The furnace is only temporary. Get through it, embrace it, and let's get this kingdom. With that, we'd like to say all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Shalom.